Prime Minister Netanyahu made a good point, which is something he said during the interview as well, which is that people say Israel has a right to defend itself, but when it actually does defend itself, they don't seem to support that part of it. And so it is lip service to an idea. And also, this is something a friend of mine, who I won't quote because I don't want to cause problems for him, but a very well-known comedian, who watched the interview and loved it. And he said to me, one of the things that stands out for me is we're all familiar with this queers for Palestine phenomenon, which is people who would be thrown off a roof the moment that they set foot in Gaza, supporting the regime Hamas that actually would do this. Well, in some ways, I think it's fair to say that many of us in the West are so safe and so comfortable where we are that it's very difficult for us to empathize with a country like Israel, which is surrounded by enemies that have invaded it time and again throughout history, and who are responding to the fact that they have a terrorist state on their border that's just committed a gigantic atrocity against them and is seeking security. Now, I think there are legitimate questions about how that conflict has been prosecuted, which we put to Prime Minister Netanyahu in the interview. And I think that's really what this discussion needs more of. I think Israel has been doing terribly in terms of its public profile and the PR war, if you might say. So, and Prime Minister Netanyahu acknowledges this in our interview. And I think they need to come out and explain what it is that they're doing, why they're doing, and challenge many of the lies that we have seen on our screens. We've had this stream of propaganda. And I think what the interview we were lucky to host on Triggernometry signifies is the Israeli authorities are increasingly understanding that they're losing the PR war, and they want to get their message out there. And, as I say, we challenge them fairly but robustly, and I think people will really enjoy seeing that.